Welcome. Hetepu to all. Alafia. Namaste. Dashiahau. Assalamu alaikum. Grand rising and Jah rising to the people. I am Queen Mother Hatshepsut, and this is our lecture for Monday, the 17th of January, 2022, which I have named The Original Queen of the Heavens Within. It comes to you courtesy Ma'akaru Universal, Shrine of Dendera, New York, and Ifa Oj Temple of Cosmic Art, to Kushan Philosophy and Lieroglyphs, Shrine of Aripo, Trinidad and Tobago, and New York. Let me propose to you that our goal in life should be to awaken the self, or the divine within, which we sometimes call the true self that dwells within our spirit, and also to awaken the cosmos within us, as well as to align with the presence and the wonders of the cosmos or the universe outside of us. With that a reality, our vision should be to achieve divine peace. This, my dear, is true religion. Anything else, even if you add or take away from the divine prescription mentioned, is man-made and false, regardless of how persuasive and how popular it might be. Beliefs, doctrines, and dogmas are all man-made, while religious hype or religious excitability with its vivid imagination and promises is mere motivational speaking with feel-good words. We want to get straight to the knowledge of the Most High, who is Nater, and to the science of the universe, or to the science of life, which we said is true religion. In our December 21 lecture, which you can access on Facebook and on YouTube, we spoke about the importance of the SUN, not the SON. Today, we shall look at the phases of the moon: full moon, third quarter, new moon, and first quarter. Why were these phases important to our ancestors? The people of Africa, of India, of Mesopotamia and China, Australia, South America, even the Canaanite people. Why were the sun and the stars, the earth, and other heavenly bodies important to them? Were the ignorant masses who worshipped that which was created? Not at all. Who taught us that? They did not worship nature as wrongly reported by left-brain thinkers. These planets were important because they were all created by the Creator, whom we shall call Kepera, and not by the devil. And they were created for specific functions. There is an existing relationship between man and these heavenly bodies that would never disappear. What is that relationship? Let us focus on the full moon, which occurs every 28 days, or every mooneth, or every month. You see where we got that word month from, mooneth. Every 28 days represents a cycle, whether you believe it or not. Folks, there is nothing that you and I can do to stop the appearance of the full moon every 28 days, which has been happening since creation. We can't do anything about that. Is the full moon evil or evil omen? Should we avoid speaking about the full moon? Should talking and teaching about the full moon be interpreted that one is worshiping the moon? Should you run inside your house and hide from the energy and light of the full moon? Should you avoid looking at it? I once mentioned to a man that the full moon was so bright that it seemed as if it would fall out of the skies. He became very upset and said that I was worshipping the moon. Indeed, the man-made institutions to which we belong have truly confuffled our minds. The full moon brings its full moon energy that has an extraordinary gravitational pull on the earth. You may check reliable sources such as the US Marines and NASA for more about this. You may also want to check with Trinidad and Tobago's Dr. Camille Allen, who is an aerospace engineer, who is the very first rocket scientist from the Caribbean. Google her. Is that evil at work, or nature at work, or astronomy at work? In Trinidad and Tobago and other Caribbean islands, my father planted crops during the full moon. He told us children that they will grow better and produce abundantly. People used to clip their hair during the full moon for better regrowth. You did not pierce your ears during the full moon because a plum might grow behind your ears. That's like a mass. And our elders told us these things based on observation, lifelong observation. Full moon brought high tide for good fishing. You see, that's the earth, that's the moon's gravitational pull on the earth that is creating the high tide. And I learned that in geography in Holy Name Convent in Trinidad. A woman going into labor during the full moon meant easier labor. And mothers check the menstruation dates of their young daughters by marking the 28-day period on their calendars. The menstruation period had to appear every 28 days or else. You see, pregnant women were also advised to avoid sea bathing because it will raise the tide. That is what our elders got from observation. Navigators in developed countries still check for periods of full moon when tides are high before sailing. So there is an energy relationship, without doubt, between the moon and the earth, and between the moon and mankind. That is not evil. That was created by the Most High. There is more. Ancient Africans knew that there were multiple parts of the spirit. I discovered that when I practiced my own psychotherapy in Trinidad and Tobago, and that would have been in 1993, where I had a television series. Now, these parts of the spirit are like departments of a university, or faculties of a university. At the University of the West Indies, in Trinidad, at St. Augustine, we have faculties. The Faculty of Social Sciences, the Faculty of Engineering, the Faculty of Agriculture, the Faculty of Law. All of these faculties serve specific functions. If you want to develop your agricultural skills and knowledge, then you need to go to the Faculty of Agriculture. The parts or the faculties of the spirit are 11 in all. They carry their own special names and symbols in non-Western cultures. The symbols are only symbols drawn to tell us about the thing. They are not real people and are not to be worshipped. Let us visit the faculty of Auset, which is the 9th part of our spirit, which carries the energy of the moon. Yes, the energy of the moon comprises the spirit of man. And so is the energy of the sun, and Mercury, and Venus, and Mars, and Jupiter, and Saturn, which have their own faculties or departments in man. The 9th department of the spirit carries female or yin energy. Yorubas in Trinidad call this faculty Yimanja, or Imanla, or Imanja. Those in Mesopotamia call it Ninherse, Ninma. India says Dumavati. China says Tinhau or Matso. And Benin in West Africa and the Haitians call it Mami Wata. All refer to the same faculty or department. Haven't you ever felt the need to express and to give love to family members, to build a caring environment, to help, to share, to make sacrifices, to express sympathy and understanding, to forgive, to reconcile, to be humble, to be lenient? Well, that came from within your spirit, from your Auset faculty, which you all have. Is that evil? Auset energy in children who have not yet developed spiritually is the great imitator. They mimic what they see. We, adults, must therefore be righteous examples. So whenever you hear a speaker say, "You demon called Yoruba, Animanja, or Dumavati, or Auset," or even using the Hebrew words Habujan, Haziel, "You demon called Haziel, I cast you into hell," with the people shouting, "Get out!" you know that that's a case of gross ignorance, brainwash, and backwardness. None of them say, "You demon called capitalism, go to hell," or "You demon called racism, go to hell." Why do you want Auset or Yemanya to go to hell when it is part of your own spirit? Get the facts. We are focusing on Auset or Yemanya because this full moon that occurred on January the 17th, 2022, brought an inordinate amount of energy, or plenty lunar energy. This moon is sometimes called the wolf moon because wolves become very active around this time. They are energized by the energy of the moon, in the same way we are energized by the energy of the moon. Energy from wind should be utilized. Energy from the sun must be utilized as solar energy. The energy of Auset from this full moon must be utilized to fortify our Auset faculty within us. We draw from the planets instead of fighting with each other to steal their energy and so weaken them. This, my dear friends, is the divine prescription and one of the keys. The problem is that we do not want to be directly engaged, DIY, do it yourself, in developing our spirits, but have been taught to adopt a passive attitude, call on someone else to do it for us. This is called control by another, and this is what paralyzes people spiritually. How do we utilize this Auset energy? This is done through guided meditation using the appropriate mantras. Mantras are magic words, words of power that have no dictionary meaning. These words have been drawn from the universe by our ancient ancestors. What people today in developed countries, what they develop are not mantras, but are their own affirmations coined by them to encourage them along the way. Their affirmations cannot truly empower the spirit. So let's stop calling them mantras. We conclude by reiterating that Auset is called the original queen of the heavens within the spirit of man. And that's what we are created with. We are born with that. Without her dedication and devotion, you cannot get to the true self, that divine within, so that it could shine brightly. Auset is also called Mamalo, mother of the water, and Mami Wata, which is in Benin. Concepts which were later stolen from African religion, brought into Western religion, and called by other names. Mary, the Queen of Heaven. Auset's energy can be used to improve sleep and memory, meditation and trance for divine help, to develop the capacity to show love and care, maternal and paternal care, sympathy, dedication and devotion, forgiveness, humility, submission, reconciliation, teaching skills, etc. You see, when you are born with Auset leading your life. You can have your readings done and you can get help to develop that part of your spirit. You see, Auset also has a special day, Monday or Moon Day. That's where they got the word Monday from. And her number is 7. Those of us who live in the Caribbean, we can go down to the sea or to the ocean, Carenage and Macarip and Las Cuevas, Granance and Grenada, where her energy abounds. You see, the ocean yields that Auset energy. You can set up your shrine, turquoise blue or sea blue, with your candles, sea blue candles and white candles, watermelon, cucumber, and lettuce. These all carry Auset energy. And you can do your meditations and rituals right there to invoke her energy for the changes that you want in your life. The results will always be magical. A man in Trinidad was having some problems getting a place to live, and his money from national insurance, which is the US Social Security. So I took him down to Carenage to do an Auset ritual to get his apartment or to get a house. And he threw 7 quarters in the water as an offering. In no time, he got his money and he got his house. If you want a better family life, if you want a house, put your family picture on the shrine. Then do an Auset meditation with an offering of about 7 shillings or so. You see, that is why the Yorubas, or the Orishas as we call them in Trinidad, religion, and the Shouter Baptists do ocean rituals. Let us utilize this key which was given to us by our ancestors. We have about 2 weeks for the outpouring of this special energy. Go to tawinetwork.com for the Madunatir Volume 1 and Ma'at, the 11 Laws of God by Ra'u Nefer for instructions and for the appropriate mantra. Until then, may Auset, the original queen of the heavens within you, inundate you with the Sainank, or the water of life, that you may never thirst again, and you may find rest for your soul. Thank you for listening, and may the ancestors continue to be with you. Thank you.